Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for Wacky Wednesday here on the channel. Today, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we are going to be going back to some wacky roots and some wacky rumors that I was talking about earlier this week. And we're going to be doing the Ludo's List Challenge as presented by Bikini Body, who's a friend of mine and also a fellow content creator here on YouTube. Go check him out, obviously. So, if you don't know what's going on, I will explain it in a moment when the episode starts. But first, we have to get to today's amazing artwork of the day, sent in by Stern Blaze. Title of the thread was "My Realistic." They put quote realistic. My realistic version of Sinvicta on Photoshop. Just a way to say thank you for the daily Isaac entertainment. Hope you like it. Absolutely awesome. I love this artwork. It is so cool. I love that little sissy's on the shirt. I love that the realistic flaming skull head looks pretty dang good, and the R key is there along with like a little attack fly as well on what I think is a tinted rock. So thank you very much, Stern Blaze. I have no idea how long that took, but it looks really cool, really awesome. Thank you very much. So how this is going to work, I am, of course, as you can tell by the win streak number, we are on the Twitch save file because I am going to be not modding things in here, but I am going to be giving myself items and taking away stuff just so we can do the challenge properly. So, here we go. So the Ludo's List Challenge, again, as defined by my friend Bikini Body, is we must have Ludovico techniques. So we're going to give ourselves Ludo. We're going to remove the D6. Actually, no, I'm allowed the D6. I am allowed the D6. I have to give myself Death's List. And then there's a couple of parameters that we are not allowed to carry out. The first one being we do not have the ability to take any tier effects other than My Reflection and Backstabber as decreed by Mr. Body himself. We got a luck upgrade there. So no tier effects that alters Ludo in any way. I cannot take 2020. I cannot take Quad Shot. Can't take anything like that. I have to deal with the Ludovico tier as is. Secondly, I am not allowed to take any familiar items. So that includes, but is not limited to, orbitals like Cube of Meat, Ball of Bandages. I'm not allowed to take any followers. I'm not allowed to take anything that gives me spiders or flies. I'm not allowed to do anything like that. It is forbidden, as said by Bikini Body. And yes, this is a very fun room to have Ludovico in, because not only am I trying to guide the tiers across, I'm also trying not to get murked by these freaking spiders. And this is also the reason why I did not take the Soul Heart. Oh, you. All right, this is only first floor, so we don't have to worry about taking the Devil Deal, although Devil Deals may be out of, and they may be not happening here. And as I said before, we are playing on the Twitch save file. This is the one that I use for Wacky Wednesdays, as well as for anything that I have to like mod the game for. Just because it's like, it just, we get to have fun on this one. Not that we don't have fun on the other save file either. It's just that this one is like, yeah, I can see if this was a full clear. I can go use, give myself temporary give myself Black Candle to see if like, hey, where was that Curse of Lost? Did we actually do a full clear? All those sort of things. Plus, it's fun to break it up sometimes, I enjoy doing the Wacky Wednesdays every now and then. I know that we were doing them for a while. Some people did express disinterest in them, mainly because like they just want to watch Eden, and which I get. Like I totally get. I accidentally dropped a bomb instead of dodging because my finger came off of the keyboard for a moment. So yeah, early on. Oh yeah, another thing that is not required but is encouraged is I complete Death's List as much as possible, because obviously this is really the only way they're going to be able to grow in stats unless we get a lot of really good boss drops. The Twitch save file, the Twitch donation machine is actually above where the YouTube save file is. Get the keys, 0 stat ups except for luck upgrade so far. So how does Ludovico work with tears rate, and how does Ludovico work with shot speed? This is a very common question that I get whenever we're talking about Ludovico. So shot speed is the easiest one to explain because it's the most clear and concise one. So how shot speed works is that basically you are going to, I'm going to take a honeys after this. The higher the shot speed, the faster that the tier moves. The Ludovico tier moves. It's going to be almost impossible to deal with this. Why Baby Plum has a fly in this room here when she usually doesn't is beyond me. It's probably because the game knows that we're doing a Ludovico challenge. We're going to get screwed at the very end, watch. At the very end, this fly is going to like kamikaze its way into Ludovico. I guarantee it. Okay, maybe not. All right, and we get a range upgrade, which I'm just going to re-roll. And yeah, definitely want damage. Oh, shizzle. Okay, so I don't... It's greatly, highly encouraged for me to complete Death's List as much as possible, but it is not a requirement of the challenge as set out by Bikini Body. So secret room is obviously south of here. I thought it would be there between the sack room and the I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna be able to live with myself if I don't know where the secret room is. Okay, so it's not a horrible first start. Plus, I figured that we were probably gonna get our money back at least in the secret room. So yeah, it's not a horrible first start here. I mean, we did get the pentagram, and I mean, obviously, Death's List is like, you know, fantastic. Like we all love and know Death's List. Is that a double tinted rock I see? Oh, okay. My mind's playing tricks on me over here. When we first tried this out on stream, like I was talking about on Sunday, basically, like we went baller status with Backstabber. First the unknown, hooray. So again, I don't think that we're going to be able to take any devil deals here. And until we get some movement speed and some good shot speed. Shot speed is really important. It's going to be like this. So another thing I didn't finish explaining yet was how does the tears rate factor into Ludovico? So Ludo, essentially what happens is the higher the tears rate, the faster that the tier will pulse on a target. Meaning that if you notice how fast that the red is going right now, every time something takes damage, that will speed up very, very quickly in response to what our tears rate is. So if we have a high tears rate, or a high tier delay, as in like the number is like very, very low, like it is right now, 2.73, it's going to pulse for less than if we had a high rate of fire, which is going to make the tier fire off on the same target quicker. Like it's going to apply its damage much faster. Does that make sense? I hope so. Gotta be careful. This also exposes the weakness of Death's List in many a situation, but it's especially annoying whenever it's combined with freaking Ludovico here, which Bikini Body knows, and the reason why he wanted me to do this challenge, because he knows I do not like Ludovico. But the Mosh Pit spoke out, and they said that they wanted to see Ludovico, and they wanted to see Bikini Body's challenge, and who am I to say no to the Mosh Pit? So here we are. Whew. Devil Deal, again, I don't know is going to be doable. Again, it just shows you how fragile it is to have any reliance on Death's List at all. It gives us a tears rate, but kills our movement speed. We pretty much have to take it, though. I'm hoping we get something like Keeper Sack. That'd be really nice. It does give us the tears up, which again means that we're going to be applying our damage at a much more frequent rate on targets. And we get a shot speed upgrade. Let's go. Now we're cooking. We need more of that. We need less luck upgrades. We need more of anything else other than range right now. Okay, so we're going to take our time here. Okay, we got our half soul heart back that we lost in the other room against the Gaper. That's good. Look at that. So much money here, too. Oh, my goodness. You know, we have the sack room play here, and we've got a fair amount of HP. Not enough, I would say, to tap, but the strength card does help out a lot. It's tempting. It is very tempting to play the sack room, but I'm not going to, because we need a reroll in the devil deal. I mean, I would love to go for angel deals too, but like. Yeah, now Blighted Ovum is going to be quite tricky with this lack of movement speed. Yep. Okay. I'm not going to pass up Old Bandage. Especially if we start getting a lot of luck upgrades. And we get Eye of Belial. It's a tier effect. It wasn't approved by Bikini Body, so I can't take it. And Cambion Conception gives us Familiar. So, unfortunately, we can't do that. Also, we just took a half Red Heart, which tells me that all of our Soul Hearts are gone. Now, we only took 2 hits against Blighted Ovum, but apparently those were for full hearts. Yeah, we got a Soul Heart back, but it's only going to equate to about half of a Soul Heart, so yeah, we need to stick with the strength card. I'm very, very interested in seeing how much HP we have now. The heck? Did we lose that much HP on Blighted Ovum? How did we lose? Oh, I'm stupid. It's because we picked up Old Bandage, that's why. It wasn't necessarily because of the damage that we took against Blighted Ovum. It was just that we had an empty heart container because we took Old Bandage. That's what it was. Okay. All right. Mystery solved. As I was going to say, I was like, we took damage, but we didn't take that much damage. Attack Altar is completely useless for us because we're not allowed familiars, but if we want to reroll Pedestal, that's definitely a place to do it. That is the result of me looking at the tier, the Ludovico tier, and not where Isaac was. Which should be easy to do. Spiders are going to be the death of me. Yeah, I mean, shielded tier, the shot speed down sucks, but we get the shielded tier, which is going to be able to block projectiles, which makes it safer on us. There's a literal 0% chance that we do this in here. There's no way. Our shot speed's not fast enough for me to pull off of a target. There's too many ways for Deathless to get screwed in here, so while we're getting through this room, I'm going to read last week's question of the episode from last Wednesday. Which is from the Hail Mary episode. The question of the episode was, would you have taken Void? And this was the episode, if you recall, where we went back and got Death's List out of nowhere, out of absolutely nowhere, and ended up taking Void because we had Mega Mush in the secret room. That is what we're talking about here, just for context, in case you didn't watch the episode, which you definitely should, because it was a glorious moment. It was a glorious moment for us whenever we realized that we get Death List, and then I made the, I would say, pretty decent call to go for Voids. That way we could Void Mega Mush, and therefore get a, therefore we're able to get a 6-room cooldown Void, or a 6-room cooldown Mega Mush rather than a 12-room cooldown. Again, just all that for context. Yeah, I'm gonna get a honey's cough has been acting up today. Apparently I'm out of honey. That's all right. I have a second bag that I brought in from the pantry just in case, because I knew that I was running low. Yeah, so the question of the episode for last week was, would you have taken Void? Top 3 comments get read next week. So the most upvoted comment, once again, and this might be an upvoted comment streak, I'm not sure yet, but comes in from Mello, who said, Void is so good it makes Abyss look like a quality 0 item. And then they edited it. Just watch the video. I would have taken Rock Bottom instead. I would have locked in the Mega Mush stats, although the Void play was actually very good. I always forget that it stores active items with 6 charge usage instead. So Mello wasn't the only person to take Rock Bottom's approach there. Looking for a bomb back here. Yeah, there we go. I think that in the moment, at that point, because the run was so... it was so late into that run when we got that. I don't think Rock Bottom would have mattered. That's the logic that I had going into that choice, was that Rock Bottom, we were unlikely to gain any other benefit other than using Magic Mush or Mega Mush once, and then having Rock Bottom give us those stats, and that was it. But I understand why people would think that Rock Bottom was the best play, which again, don't agree with, but no, that's why we have a discussion. I'm not even going to try in this room. Again, with Black Forsaken especially, it's almost impossible. We're better off just trying to not lose our Angel deal or Devil deal here. Or we get bloody nothing. I shouldn't have picked that up until after we go into the curse room, because I am going to go back and re-roll that. So we're going to lose the Soul Heart for basically no reason at all. I mean, I don't have to go back in there, but it's the only other item pedestal that we're going to re-roll here, because we don't have enough money for Judgment to pay out with. We get the pack, baby. There we go. We get a Soul Heart anyway, and Tears, and damage. Some good stuff right there. Thank you, Mello, very much again for always being active in the comment section. I really appreciate it. Second most upvoted comment came in from Shane Vasquez 334, who said, I immediately thought of getting Rock Bottom when using Mega Mush. That would have locked in the damage and then held on to Magic Skin to help keep it from showing up again. The Void play was completely unexpected but surprisingly satisfying. And yeah, I mean, again, I understand why people would think that Rock Bottom was the play, but we were so far down the line in that run at the time that taking Rock Bottom was not something that ever crossed my mind as a feasible plan. Rooms like these, I'm not even going to try to get Death's List. Now, technically speaking, before we go to the third most upvoted comment, yes, Shielded Tears is a technical tier effect. I don't think that Bikini would have a problem with this, since it doesn't really alter the tier at all. It's a judgment call. The Diplopia here with the D6 is interesting. This is just a free key and a free Soul Heart, so. And finally, the third most upvoted comment came in from Christian IK5QV, who said, yeah, Void is a good item and allows you to get use out of the most useless items. Also, being able to steal the Mega Mush abilities was a crazy good idea. And yeah, that's why I was saying, you know, to me, it made more sense to go for Void in that situation. I've already talked about the reason, so yeah. Thank you, everybody who took part in that discussion. It was a very fun one. So seeing here now, the Ludovico tier has a very good amount of damage, and look at that, we're able to get a 0.20 movement speed upgrade, all thanks to Death's List, which is pretty huge. Now, one thing I cannot do is I am not allowed to get Bookworm. So from here on out, I am not allowed to pick up any other books. I will use the Satanic Bible for the Black Soul Heart, of course. I'm honestly shocked that a tear got around that rock. Nice block by Shoot of Tears. Okay, we have Fallen here. Alright, get the quarter. Gotta take the mark. It gives us Leviathan. Can't do Black Powder, unfortunately. What is our premium item in our store? Also, if we get a sacrifice room, I absolutely plan on playing it. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's... Got a chance here to make a pretty big play. So what we're hoping for is a... What we're hoping for is a sacrifice room item or a really cheap couple of items that we can get with the claw machine. We can use the temperance machine to get out of this room for free, essentially. Okay. So what my logic here is, we either duplicate the item room or duplicate the boss room. Birdcage is a familiar we can't take. There is no sack room, unfortunately. Again, no, we can't. We cannot give ourselves Bookworm because that cancels out the Bikini's rule. So, I honestly think that duplicating quarter is the most proper play because you got to remember it was a fallen item pedestal. Oh, you son of a... Okay. Problem is that we're not going to be... Problem is we're not going to be able to get back in there without taking one of the quarters. I'm so mad. Like, why did it put it there, bro? Why? Anywhere other than directly in front of the door, dude. So what I'm going to have to do now, that since we accidentally walked over that charge key, we're going to have to re-roll immediately to avoid getting the quarter. I was able to do that. I'm going to use shovel. Failure, we can't do it, but we can get a free Deathless pop here, and we get range, which does literally nothing. Okay. And I mean, we could take bad PhD, but all right. Yeah, with egglets, don't even bother. Again, not a requirement to take to go for all the Death List procs. I think that'd be literally impossible. But notice, by the way, right there, I covered up the statue with the shielded tier, so it wouldn't shoot it at me, or at least it couldn't get any shots through. Yeah, another super easy, really easy Death List payout there. So far, so good. I think we're doing okay. Our stats curve is decent. Archer's remote and pinking shears. All right. We had a full charge, and we're at our item room. We might as well try it. We got him before he threw out any spiders. And yes, that movement, the final movement speed upgrade we got was also very big for us. Should be very easy Death List, unless of course they start moving for no apparent reason. Okay, we got another shot speed upgrade. That's phenomenal. Again, with the D-Sizzle, I would love to get a reroll on some Angel Deal items. Pandora's Box, which will give us 4 soul hearts. Again, if we can get a sack room, we could play very easily. And this room here is a perfect example of why you really can't always rely on Death's List, because like for the infamy mask, even if you kill the heart, you still lose the Death's List proc, because the skull dying counts as like you killing stuff out of order. Get a tears upgrade, a 0.5 tears upgrade at that. Most likely we're going to fail this here against Pile. Surprisingly, we didn't. We really don't need HP. I'm going to wait on re-rolling it, so I know for sure that there's not a sacrifice room. Excuse me. That's right, they drop a nub. Lots of justice cards. I mean, money, even without having deep pockets, money has not been a problem this run at all. It's kind of great. Where in the world? Oh, okay. All right, we might be able to do this, maybe. The width of the tier is kind of a problem. They separated. Yeah, this makes it a lot easier. And we got a, look at that. We got a 1 damage upgrade. Good Lord, man. Okay, so at the end of the day, we did not get another sacrifice room. Really sucks. We could re-roll the shop instead of the boss item, because we can always use HP, but like we could also re-roll the item room item, which was pinking shears. I'm gonna take a chance and re-roll the shop, and it gives us a lot of re-rolls. Sure. So that's a half price item there. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to take Voodoo Head. Like, HP is not a problem on this run. Like, we are sorted right now for HP. It's unfortunate that we haven't been able to really utilize Old Bandage yet. First the Lost. So, elaborating on what I talked about a few days ago. Wow, we got another damage upgrade too. So I wanted to let everybody know right now, in regards to sponsored content, I have accepted a generous offer from Raid Shadow Legends, and I'm not kidding. I know that it's kind of become a meme at this point, but I've been Raid has always wanted to do a collaboration with the Mosh Pit for years now, and I've always turned them down. But we did agree on, and this was done by my agency, SideQuest. They brokered the deal where we are going to do I promise you it's going to be worth your while to watch, because Raid was kind enough to let me do the stream in any way that I wanted to, as long as we have an hour of content from Raid, the sponsored content. So, it's for a live stream. The live stream has to be up forever, and that's no problem at all, of course, because during the live stream, I'm going to be playing Isaac with a little Raid icon thing at the bottom. Somewhere there's going to be a button or a banner or something. But I'm going to start the stream off with Isaac, and then I'm going to do like 30 minutes of Raid, do another Isaac run, and then end on another 30 minutes of Raid. That's how I presented it to them. And they're like, just, you know, you can do however you want it. We just need an hour of Raid content. And I was like, that sounds fair to me. So I don't know at the time of this recording, I don't know when this is going to be. When I have a more definite date, I will let everybody know again on an Isaac video, and I'll also make a tweet and an announcement about it to let everyone know when the live stream will be. So I got a very, very positive reaction from the Mosh Pit when I was talking about doing sponsored content on Saturday this weekend. It was maybe Sunday. It was one of, I mean, it's been a few days now. So, and the Mosh Pit was like, yeah, like, you know, get that bread, boo boo, and yeah, and I'm gonna be respectful with sponsored content. It'll never be by surprise. It's always gonna be like something that's worth my while and also worth everyone else's while to watch. So it's gonna be fun. Like, you're going to get at least 2 Isaac runs out of this whole deal. And you know, if you stick around and watch the raid promo, hey, I really appreciate that. They're looking at the metrics on the whole. So for the entire duration of the stream, that's all that Raid cares about. So as long as everyone shows up for Isaac, we should be Gucci. So just as a heads up, it's not going to be this one for now is only going to be a stream thing. It's a one-time, one-off stream thing that is not recurring. They want an hour of a YouTube live stream. So that's the deal. I told you guys and gals many times that if we were to start doing sponsored content here on YouTube, that I would let everybody know immediately, and you know, and be open and honest with what is going to be involved in that. But again, at the time of this recording, I have no clue when the stream is going to happen. It's going to be relatively soon, but we'll see. So yeah, I just wanted to let you all know, and thank you for being so supportive of what I do and wanting to contribute to the channel in any way without like just directly giving me money. This is a fantastic way to do it. And you know, who knows? I mean, I have played Raid before as a non-sponsored deal. I've never even done a Twitch bounty for them. It's not that I didn't like Raid. It's just that like I just didn't feel it was right, you know. But they are giving me the freedom to deliver the hour as in any way, shape, or form that I want, as long as they get their hour of sponsored stuff. I can split it up however I want. So I figured, hey, you know what? Let's play an Isaac run to get people in. Let's play an Isaac run after 30 minutes to keep people entertained, for people who don't want to see raid content. And then, you know, we'll end on the raid content. And that it'd be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to time it for the weekend so as many people as possible can watch and they don't miss it. Yeah, I'm done trying to get Ludovicos in here. Or Death List, I mean. We would have not been able to get away with that here. But seriously, in all seriousness, I really appreciate that everyone's so. It's no surprise that people in the mosh pit are cool about anything that supports me, but it takes a lot of pressure off of me as a content creator to know that I can do almost anything as long as I am transparent about it, that people will still support it here in the mosh pit. So thank you all very much. And Curse of the XL on our 100% Devil deal. How nice of you, game. Okay, we cannot take the Rotten Heart, and for some reason Death's List didn't even proc in here, so whatever. So holding on to the Strength card, thinking foolishly that we were going to get some kind of Devil deal that we could take. Silly me, I guess. Been having a lot of fun reading the AITA Reddit. If you don't know what that stands for, am I the jerk? In a slightly more obscene way. That's what the you can think what A stands for in that. Although, like, most of you already know what it is. You know what I'm talking about. I've been having a lot of fun reading that subreddit because it. Even though I know that 95% of the crap that's posted on there is probably BS, it still brings up some fun and interesting conversations to have on stream. And one of the ones that I remember reading, and I was actually thinking about like doing this like maybe as a standalone video or maybe like a little sub series. I don't know, or maybe just do it like in an Isaac episode. It'd be fun to do like one of those AITA threads per episode, maybe. I don't know. I was thinking about integrating it some way because like it does bring up some interesting conversations. One of the ones that I've read more recently. Did we just fail that? No. Oh, we're getting so many upgrades. One of the ones that I read more recently was a mother asking if she was the jerk for making her teenage daughter pay for a dress, like a $3,000 dress. And at first I'm like, what? How does that make sense? Like, in what scenario would you ever have a $3,000 dress that wasn't like a wedding? And her daughter is 16. But turns out that, super long story short, the family is of mixed descent. It's a remarried mother. Sanguine Bond could pay out with quite a bit here, or it could also just be nothing. I'm just gonna reroll. Let's keep it simple. We cannot use Purgatory. We can take Bloody Lust, because that is not a tier effect. And we could re-roll Caffeine Pill. So it is a mixed race family. Again, this is their words, not mine. The father and stepdaughter is Mexican, and the mother and the daughter in this thread are white. Again, identified by them as just as described. So the stepdaughter has a quinceañera coming up, and they went out and bought a super expensive dress, like $3,000 expensive, because it's obviously a big deal in that custom. And the teenager, the daughter, she was getting a little bit jealous of this. And apparently her and the stepsister don't get along at all. So that was kind of factoring into some things. And then one day, the daughter and stepdaughter had an incident where the daughter got mad at the stepdaughter for something about the TV or something. And that caused the daughter to take a Sharpie to the quinceañera dress and rip the back of it deliberately. So he agreed to pay, or she, the mother, the OP, agreed to give money that for the damage that her daughter caused on this dress, and then told her daughter that she is going to pay it back. It was she paid the full amount. It was $3,000. She gave it to her husband and his ex-wife for their daughter's quinceañera. And she was asking if she was the jerk. And like, I was reading this on stream, and pretty much universally everyone was like, no, you are not the jerk in this scenario. And a lot of it came from, and I share this opinion, was like, yeah, you got to teach your kids, like, that's not cool, man. Like, it's someone else's property. I don't care how much beef you have with this person. There's consequences for your actions. And that's kind of like where I like left the judgment. So, but whether it's true or not, I don't know. Again, a lot of the stuff on that subreddit is BS. I frequently stop reading them whenever my fake thread meter goes off in my mind. I'm like, this sounds a little too whimsical, a little bit too story based to be real, you know. But that one seemed almost plausible to me to be real, which that's one of the requirements that I have to actually go through and read and then judge everything. So it's an interesting subreddit just because it creates a good amount of discussion. I realize that people go there for like karma farming and all that stuff, but it does bring up it brings up some compelling debates. I know that Ryan does his Reddit court or whatever he calls it, Reddit review, where he reads a lot of that subreddit. So I don't know if I would be doing dedicated videos for that, but I think it would just be neat to talk about it. Also, we failed Death's List because of the scythes dying, which is totally independent of anything that we were doing. We're not going to get another chance to come in here, so I'm just going to go for Horde Babylon. It's probably not going to make a difference, but we might as well try it. We do have a reroll pedestal, so yeah. See, the thing is about that game is that we can't do that, so you know. Games like LOL XD, we're gonna put the Death's List symbol over something you can't damage. LOL. Now there's literally no reason for me to look in here. I'm going to anyway because we have plenty of keys, and also it might be a 4-room. It's a Global D Twanky though. Sure. I'm holding onto the Dagaz rune just because I don't want to run the risk of Curse the Blind on the next floor. We got flies. Now I can't do anything about flies that were obtained through a chest, so that's not technically against the rules. It's not like I was deliberately trying to get them, so, and I'm not going to keep them obviously. They're all gone anyway, so it's a non-issue. Look at that. Get a soul heart from Death's List. Ooh. As a tier effect that I wouldn't take even on even on a normal run. I wouldn't take that. Okay. You know what? You know what? I disagree with the results of this room. Let's try that again. That is another aspect of Ludovico and this challenge in particular that I haven't even shown or talked about yet, is the fact that you totally have, if you have enough bombs, even just one bomb, as long as you're good at placing them on doorways, if you have a bomb, you can just totally just undo a room and try again. It's actually pretty worth it most of the time to get a Deathless proc in an easy room that you failed because the game screwed you for whatever reason. So I have absolutely no problem with doing that, and I think that's just smart strategy right there. I'm not just saying it because I just did it. I'm just saying to help people know, like, if you're doing this challenge, definitely do. Okay, Isaac having some problems with Shielded Tear there. Definitely take advantage of the fact that you can just bomb your way out of a room that, like, kind of screwed you, or one that you, that you may have messed up. Screw you, game, and your Curse of the Blind. See, I freaking told y'all. Use Mascara is huge damage. Okay, so we have a lot of reroll pedestals to go through here. Obviously, it kills our shot speed and our tears rate, but the amount of damage that we do now is sick, nasty, crazy. We're going to get screwed by Fallen and Limehorn. So I have a reroll. I'm going to go back to the Origin room here. Ipecac is a tier effect, unfortunately. But honestly, you wouldn't want to use Ipecac with Ludovico anyway, unless you had Pyromaniac. And we're really feeling the shot speed down right now. Forsaken is pretty much impossible with Death's List here. Okay, this feels like an Isaac circle, so I'm not even going to entertain the thought of going over there. Oh, thank you, Wrath. That was very kind of you. Yeah, I keep telling people, Wrath is a bro. Wrath is a total bro. Okay, lots of money. Lots of money. Shot speed. Poison tears are technically a tier effect, and obviously Mom's Contact is, so we can't do anything with that. Is this a double Isaac circle map? Even that 0.2 movement or shot speed here makes a world of difference. Another range upgrade. Appreciate it, game. Getting this against, getting this against Monstro 2 is impossible, let alone 2 Monstros 2 because of the flies. But I mean, this turned out to be a pretty powerful run. You know, I've done this challenge twice now and have not had any issues. I think that you're going to find yourself getting in trouble early on this challenge, on the Bikini Body Ludo's List challenge. But if you get lucky early on, and you get enough of the Deathless procs that help you with the right stats, you're definitely going to be fine. Being able to hold the D6 is definitely helpful. Now, of course, you don't have to play this as Isaac. You can't play it as Eden. I don't recommend playing this with anyone other than Isaac. Maybe Samson, maybe. Because the rerolls are pretty important. Plus, you're starting with Isaac base stats anyway, so there's no real modifier there for it to kind of skew your results and everything. But it's a fun one. So definitely let me know in the comments down below for this question of the episode. What did you think of the Ludo's List challenge as submitted by Bikini Body, which you should all go follow. Again, he's a friend of the Mosh Pit, longtime watcher, and a fellow content creator and streamer on Twitch as well as YouTube. What did you think of this Ludo's List challenge? Would you ever try it for yourself? Have you tried it or an iteration of it? Are you planning on trying this? Let me know in the comments down below. We are going to absolutely obliterate Blue Baby. I was really hoping that we are going to see Backstabber here on this run just because, like, I wanted people to see exactly how powerful it was. And I also got Libra, which Libra made this build plus Backstabber into something otherworldly dangerous for the game. Like, the game just had no prayer at all. Right now, the game still has, I guess, technically a chance, but it's remote. Oh, I thought that was Libra for a second. Again, it's a knockback. We can't take it. But we were pre-approved for Strange Attractor and Backstabber by Bikini Body should we run into it. Because I did ask him. So thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this awesome Ludo's List run. Like I said, question of the episode is, what did you think of this challenge? Is it something you're willing to try for yourself? Is it something you've already tried, or have you ever seen the synergy before in your regular runs? Post them in the comments down below. The top 3 get read on next Wednesday's episode. And thank you all again sincerely very much for all your patience and understanding about the sponsored content. Again, the Raid Shadow Legends stream along with Isaac stream is going to be coming up soon. I don't know what date, but once I have it, I'll let everybody know. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like James Moeller, Barman1988, and Derplop. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, then check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.